Hi, and welcome to this live reading from Murder at Honeybee Lake, Shadow of Doubt, Book 2 by Jessica Aiken-Hall, and this is presented by Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. Chapter 1. Randy. The sunset lit up the sky with purple and pink hues. I could stare at this for days, especially with Ben at my side. Can you believe we made it to our first anniversary of you moving in? I pulled Ben close as we admired the view. Sure I can. You're the best. Ben bent down to kiss me, his beard tickling my chin. A boat in the distance caused waves to build as they reached the shore. The repetition of knocking from something stuck under the dock was becoming too hard to ignore. I tried to channel all the zen I could find, but within minutes I was out of tranquility. What the hell is that noise? I don't know. I kind of think it's relaxing. Ben pulled me closer, his arm around my shoulder. You're cute. I scrunched my nose. But seriously, I'm going to lose my mind if it doesn't stop. Ben laughed before he jumped off the side of the dock into the chilly lake water. Honeybee Lake was only really warm enough to swim in a couple months of the year. That's the downfall of living in Murray, New Hampshire. But the beauty made up for the inconvenience of living on a lake I only got to use in July and August. What's this? Ben picked up what looked like a rope and pulled it toward his strong, lean body. I bit my bottom lip as I took in his magnificence. The water around him made him look more majestic than usual. I am a lucky man. Do you see anything yet? I asked as I leaned forward and peered over the side of the dock. Holy shit! Ben jumped back, dropping the rope. The water splashed around him. He pulled himself onto the dock. What? What is it? My pulse throbbed in my ears as I jumped back. It's... Breathless, Ben tried to get the words out. It's... He bent down with his hands on his legs. It's what, Ben? I placed my hand on his cold, wet back. It's what? It's a body. Ben stood up and pushed out an extended breath. We've got to call the cops. A body? Skepticism filled me as I tried to come up with another possibility. Are you sure it's not just a log or something? I think I know a dead body when I see one. Ben closed his eyes and then shook his head. I've got to get out of here. I took Ben's hand before he started to run back up to the house. How could there be a dead body under my dock? I never leave the house. I would have seen if there was anything unusual happening outside my window. Ben's strides were longer than mine, and his hand slipped out of mine when I wasn't able to keep up. When I made it to the house, he was already on the phone. We're on the back side of Honeybee Lake, the Fletcher residence. Ben's eyes had not gone back to their normal size. His gaze shot right through me. Yes, sir, I'll be down there waiting for you. Are you all right? I took a step toward Ben. No, I'm not. The color had drained from his face. How are you so calm? I'm not calm. I'm freaking out on the inside. I held my hand out for him to take. I've got to get back down there. The cops will be here any minute. Honey, I know you're scared, but it's going to take them at least an hour to get out here. An hour? Ben scratched his head and started to pace. It can't possibly take that long. It can, and it will. I opened the refrigerator. Here, let me make you some dinner. How do you know? He stood at the patio door with his face pressed against the glass. Because when I called them when my ex beat the shit out of me, that's how long it took them. We're in the middle of nowhere, remember? I set the steak on the counter to get it ready for our anniversary dinner. What the hell are you doing? Ben whipped his head around. You're making steak? Oh my God, I'm going to be sick. His cheeks puffed out before he ran to the bathroom. I pulled the plastic wrap over the meat and returned it to the fridge. I guess it was in bad taste, but I was looking forward to a romantic dinner with the love of my life. I washed the blood off my hands and looked down at the lake as I dried them. I could only hope Ben was wrong. Fear can mess with your mind. It could have been anything down there. Ben came out of the bathroom. He looked worse than he did when he went in. I can't get the image out of my head. His hand went to his mouth. Oh, babe, I'm sorry. I've never seen you like this before. I took a step toward him. He held his hand up. Not now. I just can't. What can I do to help? Do you want to go back down to the water to wait? No, not really. Ben ran his hand through his dark brown crew cut. But I guess we should. He held his hand out. Will you come with me? Of course. I slipped my hand into his, grateful for any kind of skin contact. I love you, Benjamin Davis. Everything is going to be all right. Don't you worry. Thanks for being so strong. I don't know what's gotten into me. Ben closed his eyes and pushed out a hot breath. It's almost like the roles have been reversed. I'm usually the strong one. Hey, I tapped his chest. What are you trying to say? That you're the one who's usually afraid of everything and I'm the one that saves the day? Laughter spilled out. Hey, I resemble that remark. Ben tightened his grip around my hand. It's what I love about you. I just don't understand why you're so calm. I'm just saving my panic for when the police arrive. Why? You don't believe me, do you? I felt Ben's body tighten. No, that's not it. I believe you believe what you saw was a dead body. I just need the police to confirm it. It could be anything. Regret filled me as soon as I saw Ben's face. I can't believe you. You'd think I'd make something like this up? Like I want to sabotage our anniversary just so I can have a load of hot cops coming over? The bitterness from his words stung as much as the jab he was trying to take at me. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. I guess I'm nervous and I'm trying to postpone the inevitable. It's just not something I want to believe. I love that lake. I hate to have anything take that away from me. I'm sorry, too. We better get down there. Ben opened the door and held it for me without another word. I followed him to the dock where we waited in silence. As soon as the police arrived, I knew we could go back to the night I had planned for us. It wouldn't be much longer before this was just a memory that we'd laugh about years from now. A smile spread across my face as I thought about the future waiting for us. We have so much to look forward to. The crunch of gravel under tires made us both turn our head. We should have waited at the house. Ben pulled at the collar of his wet t-shirt. I didn't think this through. He dropped his head and started to jog up the path to the house. I waited by the water, knowing there would be no way I would be able to keep up with him. His legs were longer and stronger than mine. I looked up at the sky and saw a crescent moon above the pine trees. The reflection from the solar lights that lined the lake before the dock would soon be the only light down here. Ben and an officer stared down the path. The glow from a flashlight met me before they did. Hey there, I waved, trying to see if I knew who was with Ben. Officer West, this is my friend Randy. He owns the house. Ben's introduction told me all I needed to know. I had a lot of apologizing to do as soon as the cop drove away. Hi, sir. Officer West tipped his hat. So, where's the body? He pulled up his pants with his free hand, his belly pouring out of them. I choked on the laugh I was trying to hold back, thinking about the hot cops Ben was expecting. It's down there. Ben pointed to the end of the dock, under the water. Officer West pointed his flashlight at his wrist and then to the direction Ben had pointed. I think I'm going to have to come back in the morning. It's going to be too dark to see anything tonight. Are you serious? Ben crossed his arms. I won't be able to go to sleep tonight if you don't get it out of here. Relax. Go back to the house and have a few beers and you'll forget all about it. Officer West pointed the light in my face. You've got something this poor guy can drink, don't you? As a matter of fact, I do. I held my hand to shield my eyes. What time will you be back tomorrow? Officer West looked back at his watch. Let's say 11 o'clock. It'll give me time to get some paperwork done, and I'll have another guy I can bring with me then. Are you serious? Is this a joke to you? What if someone is missing their dad or husband? You're going to be able to sleep tonight knowing he's out there? Yup, like a baby. Officer West laughed. He's already dead. What's a few more hours? He turned to walk back up the path. If it'll make you happy, we'll be back at 10 o'clock. Wow. So much better. Ben shook his head. This is unbelievable. I had no idea we were living in the Twilight Zone. Wait. You live here too? Officer West tilted his head. Are you brothers? No. We're lovers. I looked over at Ben to see his reaction. It was too dark to tell if he was as furious as I had imagined he'd be. Officer West gave his pants one last tug before he continued on the path. Huh. Okay, well, don't do anything gross. We'll be here early. Make sure you're covered when we get here. I don't want to see anything. Ben smacked my chest before he followed behind the officer. He's kidding. He's trying to mess with you. Ben's attempt to downplay our relationship hurt more this time than it usually does. I know he doesn't like the world to know he's gay, but I would have thought after a year of living together, I would have meant more to him. It felt like I didn't even know him. Officer West got into his car, the door falling shut before he turned the cruiser around and started up the long, winding driveway. What was that about? I stood on the doorstep before opening the door. What? Ben shrugged his shoulders before he walked past me. Ben, you know what? Why can't you be honest with people? What would it have hurt for you to tell him we're an item? Ben opened the fridge and pulled out a 6-pack of Magic Hat. I'll be needing this. He walked into the living room. What the hell? Do I mean nothing to you? I stood between him and the TV. Ben swatted at me with the remote in his hand. Come on, get out of the way. The pop of the beer cap twisting off agitated me more than it should have. No, I'm not going anywhere until you can look me in the eye and tell me why you can't just be yourself. Why do you care so much about what other people think? Jesus Christ, are we really going to do this tonight? Ben pressed the amber glass bottle to his lips and tipped his head back. Yeah, we are. I felt the emotion building behind my eyes. Why don't you love me? What did I do to make you hate me? Come on, man. You don't think seeing a dead body and no one giving a shit about it is a big deal? You don't even believe me. Why should I out myself for someone who could laugh at me when I needed them? Ben's voice cracked. You proved to me tonight that I don't matter. Holy shit, are you serious? Because I wanted to have a nice night with the man I love? I told you I don't want to believe there could possibly be a dead body down there. Don't you understand how scary this all is? Wow. Classic Randy style. It's all about you. It always is. Ben maneuvered his body in the chair so he could turn off the TV. I moved with him. Classic Randy style? What does that mean? It's never about me. I do everything for everyone. I feed you. I clean up after you. I do everything for you. The tears streamed down my cheeks as I tried to make sense of what he was saying. Yeah, I know. You take care of everything. I do nothing. You make that clear. Ever since I lost my job, I'm just worthless. Ben, that's not true at all. You know that. I appreciate you. I love you. I know you'll get a job when you can. When have I ever made you feel bad about that? You don't. I'm just really freaked out right now. You know I don't like telling people I don't know that I'm gay. It's not safe. People are fucking crazy. What do you think could happen if people found out a couple of queers live out here? They'd probably come and kill us or set the house on fire or something. Shit. I'm sorry. I forgot. I hung my head. It's just that I'm so proud to be your boyfriend that I want everyone to know about it. I didn't stop and think about how it can make you feel. It's fine. Ben turned off the TV. It's just seeing that body in the water made all that come back to me. I could have been that guy. It just fucked me up. I'm sorry I'm so snappy. I just expected more out of the police than that. Why did they even bother to come out here? I walked over to Ben and sat on the arm of his chair. Oh, Ben, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. It just hurts when you call me your friend. I wasn't thinking. No, I'm sorry too. I'm not ashamed of you. It's me. I need to get some help. I think I'm ready. I'll do it for you. I bent down and kissed Ben's forehead. Don't do it for me. Do it for you. I'll do it for us. I love you, Randy. I'm a lucky man. Happy anniversary. Neither one of us was able to fall asleep without knowing what was in the water. We spent the rest of the night watching movies, eating snacks, and finishing the six-pack. It wasn't the anniversary I had planned. It was better.